This is our Richard back at you. We got a little Annie sitting here. How you doing? There you go. Hey, we got a bunch of work going on today. We got a 241 GM transfer case we're going to be tearing down. We also have another 241 GM transfer case to tear down, and we're actually going to be tearing down the transmission too. Now we got an earlier video that we took taking the transmission out and kind of explaining how we take it out and stuff like that, the work we have to go through and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work to do it. But this one here is kind of a core. We need parts and stuff for another transfer case job that's coming in. We just want to make sure that we got it. Let's see what we got. So we got our speed sensors. Like I say, this is a core. We don't know what type of shape it's in, anything like that. We're basically going in for the planetaries, the ring gear, the range sun gear, stuff like that. So here's the little plastic vent tube on these transfer cases. In our earlier video, we were talking about taking it out without breaking it. These are plastic. They're easy to break, but if you take a screwdriver and just grab it right here by the neck, you can wiggle that out of there. Just like that. Just be gentle with it. It'll come right out. Okay, let's get this thing apart. I'm excited. I love tearing things apart. Looking at the carnage. That's what we're here for, right guys? See how bad we can tear stuff up. We got Miss Peyton back at the camera. Thank you. She's going to be here on spring break trying to earn a little bit of money for her junior drag. We got a frame all powder coated, new body painted, and all that type of stuff. And she likes to help out with her part. So she likes to come up to the shop, clean up, straighten up what me and Trent miss. Make sure they're on there good, because there's a lot of dirt around some of these and it's hard to get it on there. Where you going, Annie? Huh? You're out enjoying the sun? There she goes. She don't go anywhere without us. Okay. Got one more, almost missed it. I think there's room for a few more, but we did get them all right there. Now you can see here that I had to identify it. 246 GM. That's all you need to know about these things, so pretty simple. Get this rubber plug out of here. Now we're going to have a snap ring down in here. You can see this here, Peyton. Come here. Is that snap ring right there? Now we're going to come in here and we're going to grab it with these and just try to move it a little bit, push that shaft back. I get on both sides of it. Kind of hard to do it, but we'll get in here and pop this apart. They have a little groove right here you can put a screwdriver in to get in here and pop the two case halves. And then there's another one right here. Now, since we got it apart, you can come in here and grab this snap ring again, and usually you can get it to go over the bearing. Not always, but come on. You know nothing's easy, guys. But there it went. Okay. Now if you notice here, come here, Peyton, you come get in here. Now here's our pump guard right here. You can see it's already fell off. It's what keeps the pump from cutting the case. Now When we rebuild these back, we always go in here and put a pump protector, what they call it, sets in here. It's got little tabs that keep it from cutting the case. But you can see that already fell off. Now it's probably in there working until I took the case off, then it got out of there, and here we are. But this is a very common problem. You can kind of see here where it already started working its way through the case. The rest of the case looks really good though. Now here's our pump. These are the fingers I'm talking about cutting the case. This guard sets in here like this. Keeps it from rubbing on the aluminum. It's kind of a jicky deal. It works for a little while, but not very long. So. Go here for just a second. Turn off the radio. Couldn't concentrate with that stuff on. So we got our bearing right here. This bearing supports a ton, guys. We get them in here a lot with this snap ring broke, letting the shaft slide back and forth, jump out of gear, try to go into low range when you push on the brakes and stuff like that. So real critical snap ring right there. And we got a reluctor wheel for our speedometer. And we do have a little wavy snap ring right here. See what that looks like right here. It just keeps everything tight. I think keeps everything from rattling around. Something pretty tiny, but probably does a big job. And of course here we have our pump. Real thin pump. You can see it down in there. This little O-ring special. Don't lose it. Now your kit, we buy a complete seal kit. It'll come with a new O-ring. So, but don't lose that if you're not buying a kit. Now this here is an auto four-wheel drive. It's going to have clutches in here. Set this chain apart here real quick. I'm going to show you how you identify these chains here, guys. Do you see these 3 purple links here? Some of them will have 2 purple links, or 1 purple link, or 3 purple links, and that's how they identify these things. If you ever order a chain, they could ask you that. So if you go over here to Amarillo Off-Road over here in Amarillo, they could ask you the same thing. So really good place. Y'all ever need anything, hit them guys up over at Amarillo Off-Road. I mean, they got just about everything you need here in Amarillo when it comes to four-wheel drive, race car stuff, and all that type of stuff over there. So Bill's always kept that place really stocked up with parts and stuff. So now what we're going to do, we're going to flip this over. And we're going to put a rag. We have what we call one of these Jesus clips right here. We'll put a rag over it. That way it doesn't fly somewhere and we won't ever find it. So we won't be saying Jesus. Okay. But what it is, it's a half moon washer. Snap ring. When you take it off, I'm telling you, it'll go wherever. So you always want to cover it up with a rag. That way you don't lose it or anything like that. So pretty simple. Excuse me. Now here's our auto four-wheel drive clutch pack. You push four-wheel drive, the computer puts it on solid. If you push auto four-wheel drive, anytime the computer senses speed difference in the front drivetrain to the rear, then the computer will bring this clutch on automatically. And how it does it, it actually has a motor that turns this here and lifts this lever up right here that pushes on this here and then pushes the clutch at the same time. Pretty simple deal. Now if you notice, these steels look really familiar and these clutches look familiar. These are 48RE overdrive clutches and steels. So they will interchange. We do it all the time. I get on the phone, I get a kit coming, same clutch. We don't use the white clutch. the yellow clutch. Now we use the high aggressive green style clutch. So don't get that mixed up. You don't want to put that yellow clutch in here. So. Now these pins here is what lets this fork pivot to bring on the four-wheel drive auto clutch. You see, come in here like this, and it lets it pivot. And then this roller is like a cam right here that lifts up on this roller and then applies that clutch. So, pretty simple deal. Now we're going to come here and pull this pin out right here. And then we're going to pull our, what we call our low range stuff here. I hope all this stuff is good because this is really what we're looking for. The fork's not burned up. The inserts are still there. Looks really nice. Let me get my glasses on really quick and look at this stuff because I really want to see what it looks like. Looks really good. Like I say, these things, they get wear on the tips right here and they'll start jumping out. So that's what we're really looking at through here. Looks really nice. And you can, let's see here, let's get this range planet out of here real quick. This is my special screwdriver I use just for these seals. It'll get it right out of there the first time. Doesn't do any damage to the case or anything like that. Real simple. I just take and grind it like this. I use it for one thing only once I make my tool. So kind of like my little hook thing here. This is a multi-purpose tool. Now these are the main pieces that we're going for. Is the planetary, the ring gear and stuff like that. Because this here's what we're needing. So, oops, I tore the glove. Pulled on a little hard. But now we got 6 pinions, which is a good one. Some of them will come with a 4 pinion. So this is a heavier, dutier design. Washers are still good. Now some of these will have washers will have 2 tabs, like this one here. You could have a washer up here that has 2 tabs. I never put one down on the bottom that doesn't. I always put one that has tabs on the bottom. You can put the gear in here, put the one with tabs on the top, or vice versa. It'll take either one on the top, but not on the bottom. It's got to have tabs on the bottom. So, but you want to mainly look in here where this locks in low range and stuff, guys. That's where this collar locks at. So, I don't see any wear. This looks a really nice transfer case for a core. Come in here and look at our gears here. Make sure there's no thrust wore out washers or anything like that. No wobbling, pins being purple. Really nice. So, ring gear looks really good. Now I'm going to leave the ring gear in here for right now because I'm not sure exactly what all we're going to be using out of this thing right now. We might be using the whole case half. So I was just mainly wanting to get it apart and see if we had some good parts as a core, stuff like that, and we really do. So that's really nice. Really excited there. So Peyton, thank you for doing the camera again today. We got 2 more jobs videoing today before you leave, so you're going to be busy, girl. So y'all stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. More to come. Y'all have a great day.